As we look into now, head coach Nick Saban, one of the many topics that he discussed at the Alabama Football Coaches Association Conference in a clinic speaking with different coaches, he discussed the question, the thought of, or he attacked the thought of retirement. And it just feels like for the last 5 to 7 years or so, John, it could be more than that. For the last 5 to 7 years, it just feels like the question of Nick Saban retiring, it comes up, whether it's national media, whether it's local media, whether it's rival fans, whether it's some members of the Alabama fan base. It's at what point will Nick Saban retire? At what point will he hang it up? Like, how long can he continue to do this at the highest level and look young doing it at the highest level in terms of not just winning championships, but molding molding boys into men, molding people into being successful members of society, molding people to be great characters, just all of that along with winning the championships. Like, how long is Coach Saban going to be able to do this here at the highest level? And you know, the retirement question irks him because he always responds with, I've always been part of a team. You know, I've never had a moment where I've never been a part of a team, whether it was Little League, whether it was Pop Warner, whether it was middle school, high school, college, NFL. I've always been a part of a team, and it scares me when I to think about no longer being a part of a team. These are some of the things that Coach Saban says. So he's always answered like that, but during the coaches conference last month, he added something more to that. He said that you want me to walk into the empty abyss. That's what he refers to as retirement, the empty abyss. He's like, retire from what? It's the challenges that I get from coaching that keeps me going, whether it's the transfer portal and people feel like I can't win because of the transfer portal. That challenge keeps me going. Whether it's name, image, likeness, and people feel like I can't win or I can't get the best recruiting class because of name, image, likeness. That keeps me going. Whether it's whether it's Coach Saban losing members off his coaching staff every year. People feel like, okay, this is the coach Nick Saban lost that's going to really do it in for him. It's going to really burn him. It's going to really hurt him. That's the challenge that Coach Saban loves because it keeps him going. It keeps him adjusting, adapting, evolving. And that's what the great ones do to remain at the top of the game. They adapt, they adjust, they evolve, they welcome change, they welcome challenge. Is it always good? No, of course not. But they welcome change and they welcome challenge. Why? Because that change and that challenge helps sharpen that iron to keep them at the top of the mountain, at the top of the game. And so here comes Coach Saban coming off a year where he came close to winning that 8th national championship overall and 7th at Alabama. Unfortunately, injuries happened, and it was just time for Kirby Smart to get his first at Georgia. But he enters spring ball more energetic, more rejuvenated, more locked in than ever before to get back to the stage to win it all. Because last year's group, with it being a young group, it was, if that group wins, wow. You're led by 2 sophomores, Bryce Young, Will Anderson. Not a lot of seniors, not a lot of veteran leadership. So at the 2021 group wins the national championship, that's pretty cool. But for the 2022 group, it's you got to win. The 2022 group, with the experience coming back, with the leadership coming back on both sides of the football, you gotta win. You have to win. You must win. It's championship or bust coming from a lot of you as fans. And that's another challenge that Coach Saban likes. It's why he doesn't want to retire. He loves being challenged. He loves being pushed. He loves the grind. He loves the friction. He loves the competition. Some folks just love it. Nick Saban just loves it. He will turn 71 years old this October. And he doesn't look old. He's not an old 70. He's a young, spry, hungry, focused, goal-oriented, attentive 70-year-old. And when you got a Coach Saban that is uninterested in retirement and the way he spoke on it, I mean, it just looks like he's got 5 or 10 more years left. People have asked me the question, Stephen, when do you think Nick Saban is going to retire? I've quit answering the question because you can't put a numerical data on that. I mean, 1 minute you look at Coach Saban and you go, maybe he may have 3 or 4 years left, and then you look at the next time, you're like, man, that guy got 10 to 15 years left. You can't put a number on it because he keeps himself motivated. He keeps himself locked in, and he finds. I equate Nick Saban to Michael Jordan in this statement right here, in this way. It doesn't take much to get Michael Jordan going. You saw this in the Last Dance documentary. It didn't take much. All you have to do is not shake Michael's hand or not acknowledge him when he was in the room, or he could even make up a story in his mind of you taking shots at him. And that was all he needed to get him going. Yeah, that was it. For Coach Saban, it's the same thing. It doesn't take much to get Coach Saban going. Ask him a crazy question at a press conference. Have him not win a national championship. Have him having to go on a rant in terms of fans. It doesn't take much to get Saban going. And then once he gets going, he takes that energy the next 5 years down the road. That's what he does. Not trying to retire, not interested in retiring. I'm done answering the questions about when do I think the man's going to retire. At this point, I'm just like, hold on to him as much as you possibly can because guy's in great shape. Got sharpness of mind, and he's trying to continue building even more so on the legend and legacy that he already has in Tuscaloosa. So, in the words of Coach Saban, he's not going to tell you when he's going to step down, so quit asking him. He's not going to tell you when it's going to happen. So